Before this video starts for real, I just want to do a little bit of an intro and say the following. I enjoy the advancements of technology that we have. I really do. I am very interested in every aspect of technological advancement, be it biotics, be it robotics, be it vehicle, be it smartphones, computers. Every part of technological advancement is very intriguing, and in recent years it has also become increasingly terrifying. Greetings, ladies and gents, my name is Hills of the Bearded Balkan Blabbermouth and I am DiscussThing, and I wasn't sure when on how to make this video because this is such a huge topic and it's getting bigger and bigger every single day now, it would seem. But I decided to do a, let's say, an uninformal kind of a video to just give you my thoughts on the whole thing, and mainly because I saw some stuff that really freaked me out, but also potentially I am very intrigued by it. I'm talking, of course, about AI. AI is something that has been with us almost 2 years now, I would say. In all honesty, it's been kind of with us for a very long time, but officially started becoming AI and using that term specifically for a lot of things, I think in the mid 2023, if I'm not mistaken. So this technology that we have known for about, well, decades now is already in our grasp, more or less. It's not a fantasy, it's not in the games, in sci-fi movies, in books, or in everything. You have it in your phone, you have it on your internet, you have it in YouTube, you have it in your car potentially. So it's basically going everywhere. You have AI generated images. Even the thumbnail of this video will potentially be generated with the help of AI, just to showcase that it can do some stuff. The thing is that as entertaining and as nice AI can be, we've had a lot of depictions of how bad it can be. You have classic depictions like in the Terminator, you have more recent depictions in video games like Mass Effect, and one of the more recent and more prominent ones that I specifically enjoy very much in Detroit Become Human, which depicts AI as something very close to us. And I would agree, because in 2025 we already have the first instances of almost completely AI robots, companions, walking servants in your house and stuff like this, which, if you have watched the Orville and possibly every sci-fi movie in existence, will never end well. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen and that this is the scenario that we're going for. There's something else that I find almost equally as fascinating and troubling, and I'm going to show some of the cases now. So this is some most critical Penguin Zero Charlie who had a video saying, "Are we completely cooked?" So, and I would like to watch just several seconds of it, and we're gonna start.
Now, I've seen some dumb shit in my time. I've reviewed games that felt like a digital lobotomy. I've watched trends that made me question the collective sanity of the species, but this takes the goddamn cake, eats it, shits it out, and then charges you premium for the fertilizer. That's right.
Yeah, he's going all the way in. He's not missing any words. He's angry and stuff like this. And this, like, the video starts very, very strongly, but this is not what I wanted to showcase you. So you've watched the first 15 seconds of this clip, so you know that the tone is set. But now let's see what he has to say a little bit further down the video.
Blatantly obvious AI. But we are also now seeing the rise of deceptive AI that tries to pretend that it's authentic, organic, real content. And unfortunately, it's getting pretty good. Sometimes it's hard to tell unless you're paying close attention. For example, how many of you even noticed that the first 15 seconds of this video that you're watching right now was AI generated? Wasn't real. It was fake. The intro...
Yep. It wasn't real. It was AI generated. Let me show you now. This is the screenshot that he has, and I'm gonna rewind the video to the beginning.
Now, I've seen some dumb shit in my time. I've reviewed games that felt like a digital lobotomy.
And when you see it now, and when you have that information, you can start to see several things. You can see that the video is zoomed in. He actually says it in the video. You can see that the hair doesn't move like that. You can see subtle changes, but you have to really look at it. And when you're clicking on a video, don't immediately pay that close attention. You're not easily just starting scoping and just seeing what's happening. Is this AI? It's not AI. We're not used to that. We're not used to scoping immediately if this video is AI, especially from someone that we know and that we watched videos on a daily basis. And he just showcased that pretty much, in my opinion, 90% of the people that watched this video didn't realize. I didn't realize. That's why I included this video, and that's why I'm starting with it, because I didn't realize, and I was duped into seeing this, and I was like, what the hell? And I've seen what kinds of videos are popping up with VO3 by Google, and famous videos that are with prompts. We are just prompts. They're all over the place. And when you've seen 5 or 6 or 7 of them, you start to know the pattern to which to recognize the video. However, you still need to see several videos to do that. And they're getting better and better. And that's not even all. We have an article here from Smash JT, and he described it in its live stream. He talked about it in length. He has an article on it. I'm just gonna read this, and I'm just gonna showcase a little bit of an article to see what's happening. So this is him saying ChatGPT has estimated that this game rant article is almost certainly 95% chance that it was written entirely by AI. The author is listed as Much Bean Zafar, who I have a hard time even finding if they're a real person or not. All the responses on X and in chats are extremely robotic. And his article here basically talks about the dead internet theory, which, if you don't know, is basically a theory that almost all of the internet is now bots and basically artificial generated content and stuff like that. He talks in length about, he posts a lot of pictures that her basically interactions on X are very, very robotic, with her asking Grok about certain people, and can you find me the official account on Mortal Kombat 1 and stuff like this. And he's also saying that she popped up on the internet in February 2025, just 4 months ago as of him writing the article, which is coincidentally around the same time as a wave of major journalist layoff hit the gaming industry, which, yes, it is a coincidence if it is that at all. And then at the end of the article, he goes, when asked to analyze the article in question, ChatGPT flagged it with 95% certainty as a generated sighting. And before that, yeah, I do realize him using ChatGPT to determine if something is AI is a little bit maybe ironic or maybe not, depending on how you view it. But nevertheless, ChatGPT is useful in that regard. And it says, redundant phrasing, many are mentioned, lack of sourcing or personality, overly clean and robotic structure, zero unique insights. So basically, this is an AI article. And this is her saying Jack Doherty, basically just repeating something. So these are basically robotic and very artificial interactions, and this is just the beginning. So they're currently, probably in my opinion, if that is the thing that's happening, trying to test the waters as to whether or not what they'll have to do in order to write such articles more convincingly and basically dupe people with cheaper labor. Because why pay someone to write articles and to have actual insights when you can just direct the narrative using AI, post it for 5 minutes and be done for the day, and basically increase productivity, increase the number of articles that you're popping up, and basically pumping up the narrative in a faster and more productive way. And if you know what leftist game websites do, they're trying to pop up a lot of propaganda. So this would potentially help them push it much more actively, instead of waiting for someone to physically write an article, edit it, proofread it, and stuff like this, which is tedious work for people who don't want to work at all. And then I want to do another thing, which is something that I have actually dabbled with when it first came. This is the site called Suno, which, if you don't know, is for AI work songs. And it basically puts you on a free version of with an up to 2 minutes of a free song that you can create using a prompt. You can use lyrics, you can use only instrumental, you can do it in a very different style. And I have several projects that I have had here that I was testing when this first came out. I even tested it, I think, with the version 2. Now we're at the version 3.5. 5 for the free songs, and you have a max of 4 minutes. And so I just want to do a small sample of it. We're just gonna describe as a heavy dark blues song with rock elements, only instrumental, without lyrics, without anything, and just create. And we're gonna wait. And it actually popped up here 4 different songs. These are with the 3.5, and I reiterate, I used to do version 3 apparently. So you have 4 stuff that it popped up in less than 1 minute, just so you know. And this is 8 seconds. I don't know the other one how big they are. We have male vocals apparently, which I didn't add one, but probably had to check something else. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see the first song. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see the second one. Alright, third one. Alright, and the fourth one. So you see that basically in the span of a minute, they gave me 4 songs, and I can actually see them now that they're filling up and they're becoming longer and longer, more than 2 minutes. So you basically have a short song which is generated for you, even with your lyrics that you can add in less than a minute. And you might say, oh yeah, but that's good, that's excellent. And I would agree, if you're a consumer and if you want to have something for your YouTube channel and for just an interest, stuff like that, yes, it is amazing. It is easy. I, as an artist, as a guitarist, have reservations for it. And these are my reservations, because that would lead potentially to a lot of artists not being hired to do soundtracks, to do music for games, to do music for intros, for anything, for lessons, for commercials as well. And they would just, people would use AI. And yeah, a lot of people are going to say, and these are their opinions, that this is great because people who are trying to create something and have music for them will have it cheaper, and they'll be able to be more affordable. Let's say if you can do AI songs for a game, it will be much cheaper than hiring that. I agree, and I agree. However, on the other side, you would leave artists and talented people who have pursued passion and pursued music and pursued some form of art in the dust, and nobody will hire them eventually, and they will have to do something else. And when that something else also begins being dominated by AI, then it starts to become really, really difficult. And as I mentioned, that let's say video game companies and video game developers are going to use AI as they have already. And when such companies and people use that for the indie games and for stuff like that, that's gonna be great. However, let me show you something else. This is a video by one Matthew Berman, who in its entire clip showcases several games that are created using Grok and used to code the game and provide it to the developer. And I'm just gonna skip to one of the games to showcase what you can do.
Polished. We have levels, you can select different defenses, there's walls, you can upgrade your turrets, there's solar power. Here you can see the different aliens running towards you.
This is what you can do with a simple grok mechanism, like just putting out some prompts and putting out some stuff and telling them to give it to you. You have a laser, you have stuff like this. Let's continue. I'm just gonna destroy the sound and mute it. And you have this thing, and it has movements. Yeah, it looks a little bit shady. It looks like a mobile game. It looks like something you would download to play while you're on the toilet, but it was made using Grok. So let's say it was made in a day, and you actually have a screenshot here for our Synthes who says Grok 3, and I'm just gonna put it into a full screen, and it says Grok 3 is an incredible AI coding system. After a couple of hours and plus 1000 lines of code generated, I have now a fully functional 2D vertical jumping game with different heroes, monsters, platform difficulties, and lives. Here are the prompts and process I followed. So you have people who use AI music, and the artists are not hired to do music. So these artists might go, okay, I'm gonna try gaming development. And then you have Grok that actually develops games like this, and that would mean that there potentially going to be a lot more games. However, the quality of games and the uniqueness of the games might be destroyed, and that's basically what happens almost all the time when something goes into full mass production. The video also showcases a simple 3D flying game. It showcases several other games. It showcases, I think, a card game. I will link it in the description below so you can check the whole thing. And this just leads me to the conclusion that, yeah, AI is great. It is great. However, it is also very dangerous, because what you just saw in this video is as useful as it can potentially be something that would replace you. I would like one day to develop games, for instance. I would like to be a game developer. I would like to write code, to learn the different platforms to use that. However, if all I have to do to create a simple game is go on ChatGPT or Grok, then I can do that and make a lot of money if I was that kind of a person. But no, I'm not, because I want to do something unique. I want to do a passion. However, a lot of people are not like that. And yeah, it's a coding assistant now. That's what they're saying. They're assisting with the code, because you're putting out the prompts. You can customize it. You can add your own personal assets and stuff like this. However, in the future, you might not even need that. It might be able to generate absolutely everything on a whim. And yes, of course, that will make games be created much quicker. It will help a lot. However, in the end, it will inevitably, if it doesn't have any sort of moderation, it will overtake everything. And at a certain point, there's going to be too many jobs, too many spheres that AI is going to take. And unless there's a backup plan, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. That is what scares me. I don't know what's going to happen with people like me, with the other YouTubers that will no longer need to create videos and probably just be able to generate AI videos, and it will become more and more of a slop, especially from people who just want to go and become famous. And that's the scary part, because you're losing the passion in favor of increased productivity. And if that continues, my fear personally is that it will overtake everything, and it will reach a point that there is no turning back from, and it will be catastrophic for too many jobs, passions, projects, hobbies, and all of those things that actually make us human and make us get out of bed in the morning. Anyways, that's all I have for this video today. Please tell me down in the comments below, what do you think? Do you fully embrace AI? Do you hate AI? Do you support it but you have some reservations like I do? Please tell me your opinion down in the comments below. I'll be happy to hear all of your thoughts and viewpoints. Click the like and subscribe button. Join me on the journey by becoming a DiscussThing Guild member and helping me and helping homeless animals and animals in shelters. Follow me on my socials down in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next video. My name is Hiazo. This was DiscussThing. Cheers and stay fresh.